Ah, okay, and away we go. Oh yeah. Okay, change this from top chat to live chat. And hello, and welcome to my kitchen once again. I know for the third time, kind of an unexpected video. Well, as I've said before, I'm not asking anybody to interrupt their evening schedules. You can always watch the pre-recorded ver- no, version of this later on this evening or whenever. Meanwhile, let's get out this pot here into there we go into the Magnolite, which, as I've said before, is my favorite water boiler, which is exactly what we're doing as we drop in a couple of bricks of getting this all over the place ramen noodles. There's one, and here's the other. Four. As the title says, tonight we will be doing a ramen noodle stir fry because, well, quite simply, why not? I wanted to do something nice and fast and cheap and make a short video of it. So I thought, well, hey, if I'm going to be going cooking in my kitchen again, especially since I've had so much fun doing these live videos lately, figure I might as well set this up and go live here. Um, Over outside of the range of this camera, I've got my phone set up and it is trained directly here on the large cast iron wok, which is also heating up. So that, well, again, we'll get to see the best of both worlds. It's kind of like behind the scenes, although I do have all of the prep work done already. Because, as you know, for a stir fry, you've got to have everything really done in advance so that you can do this nice and fast. And I've got some ramen noodles just boiling up there in the pot, as you can see. Meanwhile, I prepared all of the essentials for a stir fry, in that I'm going to be doing a can of tuna to have a little bit of meat. Got a couple of eggs, and somebody please remind me this time not to crack the eggs into the sink, but crack them into the bowl. Then from here, we do our usual mirepoix. Some carrots, celery and onion, and of course, garlic and ginger. So this is definitely going to be a tasty stir fry, even though I am not going to be using the seasoning packets. So, um, I don't know. I'm guessing. I kind of hope this inspires somebody to do a stir fry using ramen noodles in this way. Because hey, I mean, I guess you could say it's healthier than than the just the plain ramen noodles with the seasoning packet. If you want to add the seasoning packet into your stir fry, of course, you can certainly do that. But I think I've got enough flavoring here in this as it is, since I'm going to be having tuna as well as ginger, garlic, and of course the old soy sauce as well. So once this thing is all done, I'm hoping I've got this wok heated up enough by that point. Let's see how that turns out. Oh, not bad. So far, we're already over 400 here in the wok, so we're doing pretty good here. That means by the time the ramen is out and drained, I'll be able to put it right in and do some fun. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the oil. That helps. So, uh, and yeah, I've gotten into the habit of talking constantly during these things, but I've got to remember to at least have a little bit of space here to allow the short video to film. Yeah, that is the Lodge cast iron wok. I did a short video on this just recently, in fact. Yeah, it is from Lodge cast iron, made in the USA. Yay. 14 inches in diameter, big and heavy. So no, this is not the type of walk where you can pick up your food and toss it around, or pick up the walk and toss it around. Unfortunately, I am going to be tossing around the food because, of course, that's the idea behind a stir fry. So it's only a matter of waiting for it to finish. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello, William Hurd and Buckshot Mike, or MC, I guess, and Cynthia Wesley and Craig Werner, Linda McComb. Well, thank you for everybody for showing up. As I said at the beginning, I'm not asking anybody to interrupt their schedules tonight. So thank you very much for taking the time to drop by here. You can stay as long as you like. This isn't going to take very long anyway, because of course that's the idea behind the stir fries. They're supposed to be very fast. And I think this thing is just about done already. Ramen noodles are done fast. So that means, let me check that temperature one more time. So yeah, this is kind of like behind the scenes, so to speak, because as I mentioned over here, I've got my phone ready to film, and this is showing right now. Um, yeah, I'd say we are at just about frying temperature here. So, well, thank you. We have nothing else to do. Yeah, I know the feeling, and that's kind of why I'm doing this here as well. Because yeah, well, obviously it's supper for me as well, but hey, this is how I produce content for my channel, for whatever that's worth. So I think I will do two things now and get started. That would mean one, add just a touch of oil to the wok for the first step. Don't need too much. Spread it around a little bit. Let that heat up. Turn off the heat very carefully. Let me get out my gloves, in fact. Get this out so that I can drain it. I have a colander in the sink. I'm not going to save the water with this, because this is not a typical ramen soup. It's a stir fry. So I can discard the water. That means we'll put that aside. And I do believe it's time to turn on the camera, lest I forget. That's the whole point behind this. And get started. Well, yeah, I mean, stir fries are a lot of fun, as long as you get all the prep work done in advance. Here we go. Now, I'm going to be a little bit more quiet than usual, just because, again, I want to. I'm also filming this in a short video. So. This is canned tuna, by the way. Also, that's another thing I would like to suggest. Try frying your canned tuna instead of just simply using it directly out of the can. It actually gives the tuna a really, really remarkable flavor. And it does not taste at all like canned tuna. Give it a try. I think you will be pleasantly surprised. I learned this years ago from a trip to Legal Seafood, which is a very high quality seafood restaurant chain here in the East Coast and New England area, where I had the best tuna fish sandwich of my entire life. So anyway, all I'm doing is just giving it a quick sear. And I'll put that in here. That's step one. Next, prepare the eggs. Oh yeah, that's right. A little bit more oil, but only a little bit, because I don't need to drown it in oil. Except I think I just did. Oops. Oh well. All right. Next are the eggs, and this time again, crack it right into the bowl, not into the sink. Yeah, I'm still kind of embarrassed from that little incident. Oh, good. You can see that, in fact. Here we go. And now comes step number 2. Scrambling eggs in a wok is fun because it takes like about 30 seconds or so. No need to be embarrassed. Well, yeah. Well, no, as I said before, I'm open to comments because, quite frankly, I deserve it. It was a silly little mistake. Not life threatening, but still silly. Get this up on the camera. And with that comes part 2. Definitely too much oil, but, well, too late now. And that's number 2. Maybe I should have done just one egg. Oh well. There you go, that's 2. And now, finally, for the main event. There we go. Hi, anyway, hello everybody again. Hello, Nish's River Catfishing. Sorry I'm not talking as much as usual. As I mentioned, I'm also filming a short video at the same time, kind of like condense all this into one of those YouTube shorts. Just gonna get this nice and hot. I still think I'm using too much oil, damn it. I need to get myself another container or dispenser for the oil. My mistake is I'm pouring it right out of the bottle. I should probably get like an olive oil dispenser and put peanut oil in it. Nonetheless, it's looking like this is hot enough. So, I'm doing the carrots because carrots are hard vegetables, so I definitely need to cook them a little longer. Then after this, really the hard part, so to speak, is over. All I really need to do is cook these until they begin to soften. There's definitely plenty of oil too. I should just hold tight for a moment. Any word on Val's black cat? She had an earthquake. Really? Oh, where isn't she here in New York? If I remember right, I don't. I certainly didn't feel anything myself. Yeah, I kind of remember. I believe she's also here in upstate New York. No, it certainly can't compare to what they had in Turkey. Oh, maybe that might explain why my internet went out very briefly earlier today. I was at work, and then just like that, my internet connection dropped out for a few minutes. Price of eggs ain't worth the wear and tear on chicken. Yeah. Dollar Tree sales clear bottle. They come in two in a pack. Yeah, that's certainly something to consider. That, or maybe TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Quality of that stuff, well, it's a bit more expensive than Dollar Tree. It's still not too expensive, and the quality can be much better from there. Although I do get a lot of stuff from Dollar Tree, yes. Stuff like kosher salt, disposable wooden utensils, and yeah, even my glass plates and bowls are from Dollar Tree. Oh yeah, she's in the Buffalo area. Boy, they've really been hard hit between the winter storm and I think these carrots are getting ready to be done. Between the winter storm and the whatever and the earthquake. Okay, next comes the aromatics. Ginger and garlic. Thing about ramen noodles, as you saw, it looks like they're all stuck together, but that doesn't last long. If you fry ramen noodles, just like any other noodles, they will come apart. All I did was boil these ramen noodles for just a few minutes, just to get them soft. And as I said, I could add in the flavor pack, but I don't think I will. I think I have plenty of flavor coming up. So yeah, I checked on YouTube and my phone, and yeah, it felt like a truck hit the. Oh, hi, Val. Oh, well, as long as you're okay, and your home is okay, and your cats are okay. Um, I don't suppose it happened at like maybe somewhere between 10 o'clock and noon this morning, because that's when my internet connection went out for a few minutes. I didn't feel anything, but again, just like that, my connection dropped for a few minutes and then came back. Yes, it is. That is 2 packs of ramen noodles. And I am not using the flavor packet. I could, I suppose. This is your typical chicken, so-called chicken, which is really no more than just, I think, just like chicken bouillon, maybe with extra salt or MSG or something added. But as I said, I think I'm going to have plenty of flavor in this nonetheless. But yeah, I wanted to do a ramen noodle stir fry just to do something on the cheap. As I hope folks have noticed, I like cheap and easy dishes. Yeah, cheap and easy, like my morals. I don't know, maybe it's kind of like, I shouldn't say like a backlash, but for a lot of these YouTube cooking channels, even the ones I like, the ones where they use these incredibly expensive and yes, high quality ingredients, and they throw them all into each dish like willy nilly. Hey, let's slice up a couple of vanilla beans here, which cost like about $5 each. Throw it in with some Wagyu steak and dust it with this saffron that we grew ourselves. Just like that. Oh, yeah, who cares? Shit. Or I'm going to cook up about $500 worth of prime rib here just to see what it's like if we dust it with macaroni salad. Shit. So, yeah, okay. Those are the bad parts about YouTube cooking channels. The good parts, of course, as you know, your favorite cooking channels are ones, they're a lot of fun to watch and they do produce dishes you want to make yourself. For example, I've mentioned this guy a few times called who calls himself Omnivorous Adam. He did this short today that I've just got to try. It's really simple. You take a chicken breast and cook it like a steak. Keep the skin on, but I mean, yeah, you do the steak treatment. You know, you sear it on both sides. You use your rosemary and parsley, and you use butter, and you baste it as you're cooking it until you get to the right temperature, which for chicken is 160 degrees. But that sounds really interesting and really easy. 10-minute warning is, oh, I see, yeah. Table bang against the wall. Ouch. Well, again, as long as no one was hurt, that's really the important thing. So, yeah, 10-minute warning is why it turns out to be comes through and gone. Oh, yeah. Kitties are okay. Track that out in my nightshirt to see who's building. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's about right. Well, again, it's good that your place turned out okay. No damage. All right, and with that, I'd say we're already just about ready. Throw in some more flavorings: celery and onion. So now we've got a full mirepoix going on here. You know, the holy trinity. Well, no, actually, if it was the trinity, there would be peppers in this. And of course, it's your stir fry. If you want to use the Holy Trinity in it, the Cajun Trinity, you certainly can. But I've got the usual onions, celery, and carrots, along with garlic and ginger. And really, after this, once the celery and onions begin to soften, I'm about 90% done. Then I just throw in the cooked tuna, the cooked egg, and flavor it with peanut oil and soy sauce like a typical stir fry. So there's really nothing to it. Hillbilly Kitchen. She cooks inexpensive food. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like we all have our favorite cooking channels, of course. And yes, I do prefer the ones that make dishes that I like that I could make myself. Low budget and not too difficult. I mean, we all love Chef John, for instance, but really, oh, hi, Trouble. But some of these channels are just live action cartoons. We watch them just because they're flashy and they're fun to watch, but I'm never going to make things that Josh Wiseman makes, for instance. Hi, Trouble. Why are you climbing up my leg? So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be condensing all of this down to a single 1-minute YouTube short video. But I hope you folks don't mind coming along for the ride as we do this. Overrated as expensive. Yeah, you have to taste it so we know what it. Well, oh, absolutely. I've made this before though, so I know how it's going to turn out, and that's why I'm glad to make it again. But yeah, I mean, granted, the cost of everything has gone up these days. For instance, these were ball. For instance, these ramen noodle packs now are about 30 cents each when they used to be about 15 cents each. But even so, you know, 1 carrot, 1 stalk of celery, what else? Oh yeah, and 1 small onion. You could use ginger powder, of course. Likewise, you could use garlic powder, and you don't have to include the egg, because I know how eggs are these days. And again, this is 1 can of tuna, which again now is $1 instead of 50 cents. But still, even so, this meal is really no more than a couple of bucks. All right, yeah. Cats love the smell of tuna. Yeah, that's probably why. I don't doubt it. Live on a Monday? Well, it was kind of unexpected, yes. And like I said, I'm not asking anybody to interrupt their own Monday evening schedule for this. You can always watch it later if you need to. But thank you for watching. There's our friend Debbie. So, I mean, the again, the fancy YouTube cooking channels with their insane stuff. I cooked a 30-pound burger wrapped in gold foil. They're fun to watch. That's why I call them like live action cartoons. All right, and here we go. I will say again, give it a try at least once. Fry up a can of tuna and see how you like it. You'll see the taste is entirely different. I think it's wonderful. You may not, but well, you won't know until you give it a try. And that's why I say just try it with a can of tuna. Preferably one that you might have gotten from the local food bank or something. There is no shame with going to a food bank. No shame with food stamps. We had food stamps as we grew up. Of course, there were 6 of us. Mom, Dad, and 4 boys. Of course we needed food stamps. Now, a touch of sesame. And of course, I've already mentioned how I like this stuff, this soy sauce here that I can't even pronounce. Although the subtitle says mushroom soy sauce. There we go. Got to spread it all around. I'm sure there's enough salt in all of this. So there's no need to add salt. Well, I don't know. I mean, again, these are all fresh ingredients. So probably a little bit of salt won't hurt. And of course, and with that, I'd say we're really done. Nice and fast. All right, Linda gets it. Canned chicken is disgusting. It just doesn't taste right. I agree there. And anyway, besides, if you find chicken on sale, you could very well just simply make it yourself. Just make chicken, just cook chicken until it falls apart, or even boil it. Granted, boiling it kind of removes the flavor. But that's why I really want to give that a try. As I said, consider this. Take a chicken breast and cook it the way you cook a steak. I thought that was a neat idea, and I want to give that a try. Again, you sear both sides in a pan. Make sure the skin is on so that you can crisp the skin. Sear both sides in a pan. Add your usual rosemary and thyme if you want, and butter, and baste it. You see how it turns out. But I do believe we are all set here. So that means now, well, I can turn off the heat. Now, let me do the money shot, of course. And here's the money shot here, too. And with that, folks want to know, you said I need to try it, so I can stop this now. There we go. Hi there. Oh, this handle is from the camera tripod that I'm using on my phone. But nonetheless, here we are with the, again, with the ramen noodle stir fry. Mm-hmm. And I've made this before, so I have no trouble at all eating it. Nice and inexpensive, which of course is very useful. And tasty. Like I said, I did not use the flavor packet, but you could add that. There's no reason not to. Assuming it's a flavor packet that you think would go good with a stir fry. I mean, I have had the so-called mac and cheese ramen, for instance, and yeah. And you know what I saw last year in the after Halloween clearance? Pumpkin spice ramen noodles. Yeah. So, on the other hand, if you don't use the spice packets, well, there you go. They're in the clearance section. You get yourself some cheap bricks of ramen noodles that way. But nonetheless, that's what we have. I have a confession. I've been trying to use chopsticks all my life and I cannot use chopsticks. I've tried for years. I have an honest excuse for it. I'm not just faking it either. My excuse is that all my life I couldn't call it a disability, but my arm, my right arm cannot go straight, and the most I can twist my right wrist is this far, and that's it. It doesn't hurt. I can do this. It doesn't hurt, but it's a limitation I've had my entire life, and it's made it very, very difficult to use chopsticks. And as I said, I've spent years trying it. So that's even why I have to hold my fork a different way than most people do. So, no, I'm not asking for pity. I'm honestly saying that's why I'm afraid I can't use chopsticks. That's just how it is. But nonetheless, there we are. Let's turn the camera back, I guess. And that's really about all we needed to do tonight. Nice and quick. These videos here I've been doing over the weekend all seem to be only a little more than half an hour long. Oh, yes, I did remember to add the eggs. So the eggs are in there. I forgot the eggs. You're right. Damn it. The eggs are right here. Ah, oh, well, I'll just edit that out of the video. Besides, this is still pretty tasty nonetheless. Hmm. Hmm. Anyway, considering the cost of eggs these days, I think folks may prefer not to add the eggs. So that's all right. Yeah, yeah, I know. I'll just put them in now. Well, some of them anyway. Mix them in. This will be the second course. It's a lot of eggs anyway. So, nonetheless, there we go. That is a ramen noodle stir fry. And yeah, I would be honored if folks want to give it a try. I am not demanding that you do, but it was easy and it was cheap and fun to make and tasty. Those I think are the important things. So, well, I hope you like it. Does food cook slower in cast iron wok? Because it seems like you were cooking the noodles and carrots a long time. Partly because I was talking all that time. But this is not the same as the wok you see in a Chinese restaurant. Number one, those Chinese restaurants, they use rocket engines, or nearly so. They use those blasting propane burners that must get the wok up to, what would you say, 800 degrees, perhaps? Something where you can have that all done in just like 2 seconds. So this does a great job doing a stir fry nonetheless, though, but it does take longer than a Chinese restaurant. Even so, this whole thing currently is only running at 38 minutes from beginning to end. So, and that included boiling the noodles and everything. So, but there you go. Anyway, this is a ramen noodle stir fry for supper tonight, and I'm enjoying it, and I hope you folks do too. So, really, as I said, my apologies for interrupting your evening, but thank you very much. The Lodge Walk, you never know. I've seen it at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. It's also on sale at Amazon. Granted, buying it full price from Lodge may be a little more expensive than you might want. I believe Lodge sells it for like $70, $80. But if you look around and have patience, it's entirely possible to get this for like half price or so at some point or another. Such as, say, if you visit the Lodge outlet stores during the National Cornbread Festival in a couple of months, for instance. All right. Anyway, I will leave you all, folks, while I have some supper. And really enjoy your evening as always. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a lot of fun for me. So thank you so much. Have a good evening, everyone.